What if I told you that your destiny is being rewritten right now? Have you felt like time stood still, that everything you were is about to dissolve, and that there is an energy that pushes you even though you don't know where to go yet? A key has been activated in your soul, Taurus, a vibration that brings with it a quantum leap. Dolores Cannon described it as the great restructuring of identities, and you're right on the threshold. But beware, not everyone will cross this portal. Only those who hear this signal will know what to do when the time comes. Have you been waking up at strange hours, Taurus? Feeling like your memories are being rewritten, or like dreams are suddenly speaking in a language your heart somehow understands? Do you sense a quiet urgency in the air, like something sacred is approaching and you must be ready before it arrives? These sensations are not random. They are sacred echoes. And if you're between the ages of 40 and 70, this message isn't just for you, it is about you. Before we go any deeper, if something in your heart already knows this message is for you, pause for a moment. Hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below with the words, "I feel the shift." That small action is more than a gesture. It's a signal to the universe that you're present, you're awake, and you're ready to receive exactly what's meant for you. You have reached a spiritual crossroad, and the universe, ever wise, has chosen this moment, mid-August 2025, to whisper what was once hidden. This is not about fate, this is about readiness, because destiny is never imposed, it is answered. Since the Lion's Gate of 8-8, an energetic corridor has been flooding the earth with frequencies that unravel identities that no longer serve the soul. And Taurus, your soul has grown beyond the shell it once called home. Everything you've survived, every heartbreak, every silence you carried, every delay was preparing you for this one moment. But why now? Because on August 15th, a cosmic alignment begins to ripple across your chart, activating your 2nd and 10th houses, values, purpose, legacy, and just weeks from now, in early September, a window of decision opens. A window that only those with sharpened intuition and an open heart will even recognize. Imagine this. You walk into a room you've never seen before, and yet you know it. There's a book open on a table. The pages are blank until you touch them, and suddenly they begin to write themselves, not in ink, but in light. Words made of knowing, symbols made of soul, and each one is a memory that hasn't happened yet, but soon will. This is what's coming for you. A rewriting of your personal myth. But here's the mystery. Nothing new can enter where the old still clings. So the question is not what will happen. The question is, are you ready to surrender what no longer belongs to the future version of you? Because starting today, invisible forces will begin to remove the scaffolding around the life you thought you were building. Not to destroy it, but to reveal what was hidden behind it all along. Your true design, the one you once dreamed in silence but never believed you could live. And that dream, it's waking up now. You might feel disoriented. You might feel the urge to cry for no reason, to speak truths you never dared to say aloud, or to walk away from something you once thought was stable. But Taurus, you didn't come here to survive stability. You came to build something sacred with your voice, your hands, your presence. That's why so much is shaking, so the dust can fall away and what's real can rise. Relationships may shift, financial paths may suddenly open or close, seemingly without warning. But the truth is, your soul has already chosen. Now your life is simply catching up, and if you've been seeing repeated numbers, if songs seem to speak directly to your thoughts, if memories of your childhood suddenly return with unusual vividness, then listen closely. You're not remembering the past, you're receiving instructions from the future. If your heart is stirring, if your spirit is whispering, "This is mine," then write this in the comments right now. Not for me, but for the universe to hear you loud and clear. I surrender who I was to become who I am destined to be. Declare it now, Taurus, because your decree is the invitation the cosmos has been waiting for, and when you speak it with truth, The universe responds, instantly, powerfully, unforgettably. Taurus, have you ever stood at the edge of something that felt invisible but immense, like your body was here in this world, but your soul had already stepped forward, waiting for you to catch up? That's where you are now. As we move deeper into August 2025, you are no longer simply living your life. You are being invited to become your life. But what does that actually mean? Let's look closer. In the realm of relationships, both personal and professional, something subtle but unmistakable is happening. People who once felt like home may now feel like strangers. Strangers may suddenly feel like soul family. Why? Because your vibration is shifting and the laws of resonance are beginning to apply with absolute precision. After August 20th, planetary movements begin to test the integrity of every connection in your life. No more masks, no more pretending, no more sacrificing your truth to keep peace where peace has already expired. A relationship, whether romantic, familial, or collaborative, may reach a moment of truth, not in anger, but in light. You will see clearly, and you will know, not in your mind, but in your gut, who is meant to walk beside you into this next chapter. And what about your work, your career, your sense of contribution to the world? Oh, Taurus, here comes the wave you didn't see coming. A new offer, a lost opportunity returning, a sudden ending that reveals a hidden beginning. Between August 26th and September 9th, Venus aligns with Uranus and Mercury in a rare configuration that may shift your entire professional trajectory, but only if you're willing to release one toxic belief that your stability must come from control, because true stability comes not from holding on, but from alignment, and alignment asks only one thing: truth. So ask yourself, are you working from love or from fear? Are you building something that reflects your real gifts or just your old survival patterns? This is the season where Taurus either awakens or repeats. But repeating will cost you more this time. And your intuition, it's no longer subtle. You're not just having hunches. You're receiving full downloads, visions, knowings, a voice within you that sounds exactly like your own, but clearer, wiser, impossibly calm. That's your future self, Taurus, whispering directions across time. Will you follow them? Here's what you must understand. September 2025 is not just another month. It is the axis point around which your next 7 years begin to spin. If you listen, if you align, if you trust, you may look back one day and say, that was the moment everything began. Taurus, are you ready to look into the mirror you've avoided? Because this is not the part of the journey where we seek comfort. This is where we dig beneath it, where we ask the questions that unravel the scaffolding we've mistaken for safety. What identities have you worn to protect yourself? Who taught you that silence was strength, that endurance was worth more than expression? How many times have you swallowed your truth so others could stay comfortable? The truth is, you were never meant to be the silent pillar. You were meant to be the sacred ground, fertile, powerful, alive, upon which new realities take root. But first, the old garden must burn. August's final days and the early weeks of September hold a brutal, beautiful gift for you, the unveiling of your emotional lineage. It may come through grief, through sudden anger, through memories that rise without warning, or through the quiet ache of seeing clearly what you once couldn't bear to face. And when it comes, Taurus, don't run, don't numb, don't explain it away. This is the purging, the breaking open, the holy undoing of a version of you that was built to survive, but never to thrive. And yes, it may hurt, not because you are weak, but because you are deeply, tenderly awake. And awakening always costs us our illusions. You may find yourself revisiting old betrayals, old dreams, old identities, but you're not going backward. You're reclaiming your energy, calling home every part of you that was scattered trying to be acceptable. Taurus, if your spirit has stayed with me this far, it means something sacred is unfolding inside you. So now is the perfect moment to make it real. Subscribe to the channel and write in the comments, I release, what no longer defines me. Let this be your offering. When you do, you anchor your transformation and let the universe know you're no longer hiding from yourself. And this return to self, it's what will shift your frequency forever. You are being called to look at patterns that run deeper than your lifetime, cycles of scarcity you inherited from your bloodline, trauma passed down like heirlooms, emotional contracts you never signed but still carried. And now, finally, you hold the power to break them, not just for you, but for everyone who came before and everyone who will come after. Taurus, you are not here to maintain systems. You are here to end them, to be the one who stops the cycle, who says, "It ends with me." And this is why it's been so hard, why you've felt stretched, cracked, undone, because only a soul this strong could hold that kind of fire and not turn to ash. Instead, you are being refined, like gold in the furnace. By mid-September, Pluto will make a sharp aspect to your moon, and whatever false security you've been clinging to will either evolve or dissolve. And your only choice will be this: do you trust the collapse? Do you dare to bless the falling apart? Because just beyond it lies the real foundation, not made of performance, but of presence, not built for approval, but for alignment. This is not death. It is the death of the false self, and the beginning of a life that no longer betrays your soul. Taurus, do you feel it? The silence that once felt heavy now feels full. The space that once terrified you now feels sacred. This is not emptiness. This is presence. You are no longer who you were, and the universe knows it. Your field has shifted. Your vibration is clean. You are now a resonance match for miracles. After the fire of early September, you begin to feel it. The slow, magnetic pull of new life forming around you. A chance encounter. A voice that feels strangely familiar. An opportunity that mirrors a dream you almost forgot. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. The cosmos, now dancing in harmonic convergence around your birth chart, begins to move swiftly. Venus blesses your heart space, awakening desire that feels both ancient and brand new. Mercury clears the fog from your mind, delivering clarity where confusion once lived. And Jupiter, your cosmic amplifier, expands the very visions you once thought were too much to be possible. In love, expect the unexpected. Someone may enter your life who sees you without projection, without agenda, without fear. They will not be drawn to your performance, but to your truth. Because now, Taurus, that truth is glowing through your skin, your voice, your presence. And if you're already in a partnership, the coming weeks will test it. Not to destroy it, but to refine it. Conversations that were once avoided will now rise with urgency, and you will feel the pull to choose either deeper intimacy or peaceful separation. There is no failure here, only clarity. And clarity is the currency of your new life. What about money, Taurus? This too begins to flow differently, not as a reward for struggle, but as a reflection of alignment. Projects that felt stagnant suddenly unlock. Ideas you dismissed months ago return, this time with momentum. Resources show up, not because you chased them, but because you matched them. Between September 14th and October 3rd, a window opens, one that supports not just gain, but legacy. This is when long-term financial structures can be created, if you're willing to do it differently this time, not from fear, not from old scripts, but from presence. So ask yourself, how do I want abundance to feel? What am I no longer willing to sacrifice in the name of security? Can I trust that who I am is the greatest magnet of all? Because here's the truth, now that you are aligned, the universe is ready to deliver what matches you, not what you used to tolerate, not what you begged for, but what your soul already knew was yours. And it's not just about material blessings, it's about meaning, purpose, impact. You will feel it rising like a quiet roar in your chest, a longing to serve, to speak, to build something that lives beyond you. Your hands may tremble, your voice may shake, but your soul, Your soul will be calm because it remembers this. You were always meant to live like this, rooted, radiant, free. Taurus, the winds have changed, not just around you, within you. And now the universe stands still, waiting for your next command. Because here is the secret few are willing to accept. Once your vibration aligns, destiny does not just find you, it asks your permission. From mid-October 2025 onward, an energetic gate opens, one that only appears for those who have done what you just did. Faced the fire, released the mask, returned to truth. This gate does not look like opportunity, it looks like choice. Will you return to what's familiar, simply because it's known? Or will you step into the unknown, simply because it is true? You will begin to notice synchronicities intensify. Strangers speak the exact words you needed. Repeating numbers echo your prayers. Dreams leave behind instructions instead of confusion. That's not magic, that's alignment, and it is your energy that created it. And now comes the most sacred part of all, embodiment. Not hoping, not wishing, not waiting, but living every day as the version of you that already knows, I am the answer, I am the vessel, I am the key. This means you must now move with divine deliberation. Speak as though the universe is listening. Walk as though the earth itself rearranges beneath your feet. Choose as though every decision echoes into eternity, because it does. Your life from this point forward is not a continuation, it is a consecration. The dreams you once whispered through tears are now foundations. The wounds you carried in silence are now wisdom. The love you feared might never come is now calling your name, but only you can answer it. So Taurus, what will you build? What will you create now that your hands are no longer bound by the past? What truth will you live now that your voice has remembered its purpose? This is the age of your authorship. No more borrowed identities, no more half-lived truths, no more shrinking to keep the peace. You are not here to fit in. You are here to reshape the room with your presence. So let your life reflect your worth. Let your days honor your soul. Let your legacy begin now. If this message has reached the core of your being, if you feel the fire, the calm, the readiness, then I invite you to write the decree below in the comments as your sacred seal. I walk forward as my soul's truth and nothing less. Let this be your vow. Let it echo into the fabric of time. And know, truly know, that when you write it, something shifts, not just around you, within you, forever. Ritual complete, Taurus. This was never just a reading, it was a return. And now, you begin. If you've made it to the end, then this wasn't just a message, it was a mirror. And now your soul is asking for one last step. Subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below with the words, "My future begins now." That simple act is a declaration. It tells your higher self, your guides, and the universe, I heard the call, and I am ready. Don't just watch your life shift, participate in it. Your new timeline starts the moment you decide it does.